What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk college football with real fans. I'm Devin. Sorry, had some technical difficulties. My router upstairs decided to stop working literally as I get on live. So I just ran a 100-foot Ethernet cable all the way downstairs to my other router. So I'm a little bit thrown off right now. I'm going to be honest with you. Didn't mean to hit the go live button yet, but I looked up and saw that I was live already. So here we are. Funky's going to be joining us here very shortly. He's got some news to let y'all know. I think you're going to be excited about. We got some injury updates tonight. We got some game plan updates. Something different. Buckeyes going to be doing something a little different than they normally do in this game. So let's dive into it, man. Before we get started, you guys know what to do. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button as well. Super chats are open. And congratulations, guys. We hit over 37K on Scoop. So I'll get with Funky after this show. We'll schedule a time for him to turn his camera off. I told you I would make that happen. I don't know what you're going to see when I turn his camera off. Maybe the Scream mask, maybe a Chucky doll. I don't know. But he's going to turn his camera off. He's yet to agree to that. But I can be convincing sometimes. But without further ado, the man himself, Funky. What's up, brother?
What's up, Devin? Yeah, sorry for technical difficulties, but we're here. We're excited. The best week of the entire year, most times. At least the anticipation of it is definitely, makes Thanksgiving very interesting in my household, especially. You can feel the tension. I mean, literally. But it's funny. I feel a lot less nervous today than I have in days past, based off, confirmation and extra sourcing on some of the availability for the Buckeyes star players come Saturday. And don't let me forget, I woke up today feeling like a national championship dev. And guess what? That
Yeah.
won't change for at least another 2 months another 2 months. But I do have some semi not actually breaking news, so don't get too your high hopes up. But if the Buckeyes make the national championship, Nevada, for the first time in his life, will not be able to attend. So that's a
Oh,
storyline to look out for. Won't be able to attend because his daughter plays in the possible gold medal match versus Canada.
hold up. Hold up. So what you're telling me is that Nevada is going to choose something over Buckeye football? I didn't know that was possible.
There's
Are you
about
saying
one thing that could do it, and it's that
this is it?
his daughter with a chance to win the gold medal.
That's big
That's
time.
that's big. Or
Yeah, man. Yeah.
clearly we're projecting a little bit here, but
Yeah.
I got word of that today, and I was like, well, I'll send you photos. I'll send you photos. Me and Devin and B will send you photos, but and we'll be
Yes.
in Miami living it up. But yeah, he'll be in Canada.
Yeah. Oh, I got my Airbnb already. I'm at the Natty game with the Buckeyes there. If for some, never mind, I'm not going to say it. But anyway, Funky, there's been a lot of reports, right? Well, let me say this. I'm stoked beyond measure. I don't know if you guys notice, I got a little bit more get up in my step than I normally do on these shows. Every day closer to this game, Funky, dude, I'm telling you, dude, I am so pumped for this year's game. There's been so much leading up to this, the sign stealing, and then Jordan Marshall coming out and saying the dirt stuff that he says. Oh, dude, I mean the angst inside of me, the excitement, I want to be on the field with this team. I want to be on the sidelines. I will do whatever to help this Buckeye team win this game. I don't think they're going to need my help whatsoever, man. From everything I am hearing, this team is locked and loaded, and this coaching staff is locked and loaded. And you might hear me say that every year, but there is a different aura this year than there was last year, at least from my end. When I have the conversations with the same people I was talking to last year, something feels a little bit different. It's a quiet confidence I can't quite put my finger on. I mean, I can look at the film and look at both these teams, and you might say, well, we had that same confidence last year. No, No, it's a different confidence, man, because it's a different Ryan Day. But I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, Funky. There's been all type of reports coming out about who's going to be available. I heard somebody from the beat today talk about Carnell Tate's probably not going to play. So there's still people pushing that narrative and all this stuff. And we've been pretty spot on with our reporting here at Buckeye Scoop as far as who's going to be playing, who's not going to be playing. I know you got an update today on a player that got injured in this last game he played in, actually left the game, weren't quite sure. So I know you got an update there. Just refresh us Buckeye fans and tell us the new news that we know about a certain player and whether he's going to be on the field or not.
Yeah, for Lorenzo Styles, I mean, earlier this week, I was able to report that he seemed to be fine. They are fine, quotes. They had to like pop his shoulder back in place, but he had no sling and was seen doing his normal after game activities that you usually do after senior day, like spending time with your family, possible dinner, possible team dinner, and he was seen without any sort of discomfort or any slings or any cast or any of that. So I was told that. So I was expecting that meant, he was okay. But then I start getting messages today on the scoop, and I'm like, oh gosh, well, what are people worrying about right now? Blah 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 said that Lorenzo Styles has a broken collarbone. He's not playing. You said he wasn't having a sling, so well, is he playing or not? And I'm like, oh, broken collarbone? So I went back to my source, texted him. I said, hey, the word on the street, or some people are saying he has a broken collarbone. Is there any truth to that? And he said, no. And I was like, so he practiced and he went good. He's like, yes. So I was like, that means he's playing? No sound?
I just
Oh,
texted. I seriously doubt everybody can hear us. I don't know if that
okay.
person can't hear us, but there are trolls that come in and they do that and they interrupt shows and throw
Okay.
shows
Well,
off. That's what
I'll just keep
I don't
going
know if
then.
this is the case or not, but yeah, keep
Yeah.
going.
Uh, and I'll just rewind a little bit. So I said, how did practice go? And he said, good. So I said, he's playing? And he said, absolutely. So Lorenzo Styles is labeled as absolutely playing. Heard he even had a decent practice today, and he said that he's doing minimal contact at practice right now. So I'm not sure
Hmm.
exactly what that means, but that makes sense. I'm sure a lot of kids right now are doing minimal contact, and it's funny. He he also made sure to send me photos of him and says, "Does this look like a broken collarbone to you?" And it was like photos of Lorenzo, doing his thing, obviously not with a broken collarbone. So that rumor I could shut down 100%. Not a broken collarbone. Not sure why anyone would think that, who actually, has eyes inside the woody. A little interesting thing to rile up a fandom of that I don't appreciate. But yep, but just here to clear there that he's
Yeah.
playing. He obviously has a shoulder little. He wanted to pop his shoulder back in place, so he's going to be little limit contact, and we're hoping that no really bad re-aggravations come on Saturday. But till then, he'll be resting, and I expect him to start the game for the Buckeyes. And just obviously, stuff could happen during the game that we all know about, but we have hopes that he'll be fine, and there's no doubt in his mind that he's playing. So that's real good news for the Buckeye secondary because he's a real good player. I mean, he's playing himself to an NFL, really to a place where he's going to be competitive enough to make an NFL roster next year. So good for Lorenzo. The one of the arguably the best Buckeye family that I've ever met. I had a pleasure to meet Lorenzo Senior, and
Yeah, he's awesome.
I've yet to meet directly Lorenzo and Sony, but I will have something coming up there shortly because I've got to meet their moms and their parents, and it's great. That was good. And they're what a great family, great Buckeye family, and yeah, one of my favorite memories of all time was watching the Tennessee game with them. So, and yeah, they are. That was a very good moment.
Yeah.
And we said, "Well, I'll see you back at the Natty." And guess what, Dev? Saw them back at the Natty, and we won the whole thing. So
Yeah.
that seemed undoable at the time, before the Tennessee game. But the boys did it. So couldn't have happened to a better family. And kudos to them. Shout out the Styles family.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the coolest things, honestly, that's happened to me in this YouTube realm with the growth of this channel. It's the opportunity to meet these Buckeye families, man. Last year, I went to all the playoffs and did live shows in the playoffs. I went to the parents' tailgate party, got to meet all the parents, talk to them, talk to the families, and it is so cool. We talk about the mentality of the team in terms of the coaches and the players, but we forget so much that the parents are really so involved in that same mentality, right? Because look, how many times have we heard about a controlling dad or a controlling mom that wants to be there, that wants to have their nose in everything, that wants to get involved, tear apart the culture of a team, ruin a kid's career? It happens all the time. You don't hear that here. So these parents buy into the Buckeye brotherhood and culture just as much as their sons do. I'm telling you, it's a really cool thing to experience in person, to be around them, to talk to them, ask them questions. And it's like, man, no wonder your son is a perfect fit for Buckeyes. So huge shout out to the parents, families, and parents the players, parents and family members, because they're a part of this thing too, man. They raised them, and then they're also supporting them through all of this, and they could do it in a different way. We've seen it. How many times have we heard the national stories about parents wanting to get involved if their kid's not playing enough or something like that? So huge shout out to them, man. But Funky, I got to ask you. Well, first, let me start with this. We've been being told, at least I have, and I know Funky has as well, this whole JJ Carnell thing isn't new. There wasn't some new injury that popped up. So this has been happening, the Carnell thing, the past 3 games, right? And I've been told the same thing ever the whole time, that, hey, they just want to be for sure that he's ready for this game, not the playoffs. He's not resting for the playoffs. This is when the playoffs start for this team. That's why he didn't play. Same with the JJ thing. So just wanted to refresh that again. I told you, there's been multiple shows. I think they're just trying to get in and get more people to watch, kind of go against the grain. But there's been multiple shows still to this day reporting JJ's playing, but Carnell is 50-50. That is not the information I have. Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, I heard Josh Padilla is going to be available. Lorenzo Styles is going to play as well. Just give us a quick update on that, Funky. Have you heard anything new? Are you still of JJ and Carnell are playing?
The only new part, because we've been on the train that they're both been playing. We've been on that for a while, a bit now. As early as anyone else was, or no, our information on that was way before anyone else. So we were the first ones on that they're both playing, and we gave 100% confidence that they're both playing. But the only new information that we all have gotten was Ryan Day talking openly about the practice today, and pretty much said, "Yep, horses look good." That's pretty much what he said. And I triple checked that. I texted someone who I know who has eyes on practice, and he was like, all he sent me was the thumbs up emoji, the little like white thumb or like the yellow thumbs up, just a thumbs up emoji. And I was like, you don't need to say any more. And that's all good. So I 100% certainty that JJ Smith and Carnell Tate are playing today, or Saturday, and very, very, very certain that we won't even notice like that they're injured.
Yeah.
You can tell someone's playing, but they're like, they look kind of limpy out there. I'm told that they shouldn't look limpy at all. AKA, no real excuses. So it's not that we don't. I mean, we should beat them anyways. To be honest with you, but I've been told they look good and they should be ready to go. And no real, like they're not going to go out there and look like JJ looked versus Wisconsin. He kind of looked gimpy. Like he won't look like that. That's what I'm being told. So that's real good news for the Buckeyes. Which means if you do the math on all of his players, that means that we're going into this game fully healthy. Fully healthy starters wise. With Josh Padilla may still be banged up. I have not got any word on him or Quincy, but everyone else, all the starters, ready to go and fired up to play. And it's just different mindset. you can talk about that, but I know there's one more thing I want to talk about, something I broke earlier this week, but I'll let you introduce it.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. We're going to get to that. I do want to bring up. I did speak to two separate people, two separate sources. I asked about Josh Padilla the first time. They said, "Man, we don't know." I asked about Quincy Porter. They said he's in the same boat as JJ and Carnell. That was the reason he sat out. I take a step back a little bit there on that one because it's like, well, he wasn't involved really that much, but I do think Quincy can make an impact in this game if need be. And if you think about it, man, when we heard JJ and Carnell weren't playing, who was the number one receiver that I wanted to see? Quincy Porter. I was relaxed because I knew Quincy Porter was going to play, but they didn't need him, so they didn't play. That's what I got there. But the second conversation I had was, hey, Josh Padilla will be in. He wasn't on the non-available list this past game. They just rested him, man. But shout out Ryan Day for only running 60 plays per game, throwing in an extra bye week into this thing, and we're about to come into this game fully healthy. So for those of us that don't like watching that style of play, and we know, hey, we want to see these Buckeyes pick up the pace. We know they can do it. We want them to get that experience for when we need it. There's the other side of that where, hey, we're coming into this game fully healthy, and you can give some credit to this coaching staff for the way that they have utilized, right, the slow tempo on offense and averaging 61 plays per game this year, man. So this coaching staff's on fire, man. But Funky, this year, bro, to me anyway, there's a little bit more to this game. Okay. There's a lot more involved with it, with everything that's happened the past 3 and 4 years with this team, with the playoffs changing, with everything happened. There's a lot of energy in this. And you wonder, you say, hey, is Ryan Day different than he was last year? And we can point to a lot of different things, but if Ryan Day's different, does that mean Ryan Day is going to do something different? Well, he gets up in front of a mic and says, "Hey, fun is kicking A." Right? Tamara put that in the chat here. He said that in his thing, so you're like, "Oh yeah, man, it looks like Ryan Day's different." But the team is actually doing something different this year than they normally do. It's not an on-field thing, but it is something different, and it really is nice to see that. Hey, Ryan Day seems like he's kicking back a little bit, and some people might think that what you're about to bring up isn't a big deal. To me, I look at it as something positive. This is Ryan Day kicking his feet up, man, saying, yo, I'm the national champ. I'm going to do what I want. This is what we're about to do. Tell us the update with the team, man, and what they're going to do this year for the Scum game.
It's funny. I was talking to, actually, very good source within the team, the guy who witnesses practices, big time involvement within the team, the recruiting, honestly, all the above. He's great guy, probably my best source, and just, genuinely good dude as well. And he randomly texted me. He was like, and the Buckeyes aren't taking a bus. They're flying. He was like, thank God they're flying finally. And he also gave me a little bit of a Ryan Day quote on top of that I'll leave to the board. But let's just say it was pretty much like Ryan Day said, we ain't changing our schedule for those cuss word. So we could have, you didn't even tell me what the cuss word was. He just literally just put a bunch of hash marks and stars. So I was like, wow, this is definitely different. If I didn't even realize the importance of that, so maybe call out my age or maybe call out my casualty, but I didn't even realize we bust to the game. I didn't even know that was a thing, Devin. I wasn't sure of the importance of that until I think I sent a message to you where you be in Nevada, like in our chat, and I was like, yeah, and we're like not busing, we're taking flights, and Nevada was like, really? I'm like, that's what I'm being told. And I told him who I'm being told by, and he was like, wow, that's a big change. So I put that on the board, and people are like, wow, like that's very different, very like new. And that was a little surprising just because I didn't it's funny, I didn't even realize that was that big of a deal. But hey, Ryan Day is taking this game seriously. So very, very, which is nice. So he's taking this very seriously, or not even just seriously, he's taking like every other game. So it looks very promising towards a win for the Buckeyes, as this is a new Ryan Day, new behaviors, really more like just treating like every other game, moving traditions. So he's just we're not going to screw around with them. We're not trying to make this game more important than it actually is, because we all know how important it is. So there's no reason to have special things during the week or special game day traditions to make it more important. No, the importance is winning the game, not the whole thing for the game.
Yeah.
NCAA had a rule: 3 hours, you take a bus. Did not know that. Well, no more buses this
time. I didn't know that either, but yeah, it does. It shows Ryan Day. It's something different, which we like. Again, we'll see how that affects the on-field play. But I like it, man. Actually, I think wasn't it Coach Woody that said he refuses to buy gas in that state? So sometimes they'd take the bus and almost run out of gas, or have to get people to bring gas cans to them and stuff. So maybe it's a shout out to him, man. Funky, did you see that thing going around Twitter? I didn't know this was a thing till I just saw it today. You can call Woody Hayes' phone number from when he was the coach in Columbus. Some guy went and got that phone number, and he put a voicemail on there of Woody Hayes talking about the game, man. It's really, really cool. Go over to my Twitter account and check it out, guys. I thought it was cool, man, especially this week, bringing it up. So, yeah, shout out Coach Woody, man, the absolute boss with this game, man. He really set the precedent on how serious we should take this thing.
I mean, you're right. And I've always had even though I've never met Coach Woody in my life, but I've always had a special connection with Coach Woody via family history. So it's Coach Woody always got the GOAT. In my opinion, he's the GOAT. He'll be hard to beat, but I've always had a little special connection with him as, just family stuff. So, but yeah, Coach Woody's my GOAT. I'm not sure if you know Devin, but yeah.
No, I don't. You're going to have to tell me.
I'll tell you off camera. Yeah.
I want to know that one for sure. But, let's dive into this thing, dude. Last year, we had a lot of confidence. Obviously, we had the better team last year, straight up. So, obviously, I mean, the mental part of the game is what beat us last year. But Ryan Day did something last year that will change you as a coach, and that's win a national title. And that's what I'm banking on this year. That's what I'm trusting on, because when you look at these two teams, man, bro, I mean, everybody knows my score prediction is 34-10. I mean, I just really feel like the Buckeyes are going to lay it to them. Before I get into that, Funky, I want to bring this up, man. So many people, and still today with the national media, they keep bringing up whoever wins the rushing attack is going to win this game. And I cringe when I hear people bring that up. I think that is one of the most bogus things in today's college football that people talk about, the importance of the rushing game. Man, the game has changed. It's different. The most important thing, man, on B. Moses' show, somebody put in a super chat of saying, hey, I got a stat that ups that. Well, 100% of the time, whoever scores the most points wins the game. So
true.
I just cringe when I hear that. I understand why it's said, but it's just and I understand why it's true most of the time, because who's ever winning the game
is running the ball.
running the ball more. And if they start off passing, that means they've loosened the defense up. Now they're playing two high safeties, not crowding the box. So when you are rushing the ball to drag the clock out, that's what happens. So I just hope and pray that is just gone from any of Ryan Day's mindset whatsoever. I hope we crumble this. Whoever wins the rushing attack wins the game. I hope they crumble that up and throw that thing away, man. And I really, really hope that the first play of the game is a pass, Funky.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm stuck on that. I think we're going to learn a lot by what is the first thing they're going to run. So I guess speak to that a little bit before I get into some of these stats on how this team compares to the other team.
Yeah.
Get into that a little bit. Tell us your thoughts.
I fully expect the Buckeyes to be very pass first in this game. But pass first, does that mean we don't run the ball? No. If Michigan's in a pass-heavy defense and they're, really defending the pass, really defending the electric pass, then of course we should run it because we can run the ball effectively. But the trick is, don't be predictable on your runs. Have a good running scheme. Don't just hand it off and run it up, whatever. Just don't do these basic running schemes. Mix things up. Do turbo formations. Do misdirection. Pulling guards. Don't do the basic zone running. Have some pullers, just, mixing it up, some screen passes off it, some RPOs to really make sure the defense is, staying disciplined, which is something Michigan's not been very good at this year. They've been very jumpy at the defensive line. I mean, they've jumped off sides more than I've seen any team jump off sides this entire season. So it's been that'll be something definitely to watch, see how they handle that with the up tempo, the crowd noise, and really, I mean, the weather. It's going to be a little cold. It's supposed to be 30 degrees and like cloudy with like a 20% chance of snow in the second half of the game, or like pretty late in the fourth quarter of the game. So it'll just be interesting to continue to track that and continue to track. I think the the big question is, it's not about how many times we're going to run or pass. The big question is how fast we're going. That's what I'm going to look at more, Devin. I'm not really going to look at for if we're passing or running it more. I'm looking at our tempo. If we get a big play, are we hurrying up? Or if we get a 5-yard run, are we hurrying it up? Because I feel like that's what we should be doing more. I feel like the tempo is something more we can control. I don't want to be going to this game thinking, oh, we have to pass it 40 times. Because then obviously you don't want to just keep yourself being one dimensional. You don't know a bunch of stuff. We don't know what the personnel they're gonna have out there. We don't know what situations we're gonna be in. We might need to run the ball. And hey, we might run it effectively too. The issue is we just gotta play at a fast tempo, keep them on their heels, get the crowd noise out of the game. And I think that's the real key to win this game is a fast tempo, taking care of the ball, and yeah, like Ryan Day said, taking care of the ball, making your field goals, punting it well, not muffing the punts, not throwing interceptions, and keeping a fast tempo. If we do all those things, I highly doubt we lose. The only way we can lose really if we go to the slow pace that we've been running all year. And I'm hoping that this slow pace we've been running all year was the fact to save our legs and not something that we just want to do. And that's what we think it is, and that's what we've been being told, and that's what people in the Woody are telling us. But we really will see from this game on, is that slow pace actually what we want to do and actually how Ohio State thinks we're the most effective? Or is that something that we just want to save our legs and by playoff time, by right now time, that we're going to speed this thing up and we're going to get going and we're really going to open up our offense? Because if we want to drop 50, we're not saving it for the Natty. We're not saving it for the semifinals. We're not saving it for the quarterfinals. We're not saving it for the conference championship game. It starts now. This is it.
Oh, yeah.
Because like Caleb Downs said on his podcast, or it might have been Jeremiah, it was on the Downs podcast. One of them said this. They said, "Hey, a lot of players on the team's goal isn't even to win the national championship." And this is not me saying this. This is the players saying this. So they said the most of the team's goal is this game right here. They want to win this game right here more than they want to win the Natty. Some of these players, and that's not me saying it. Do I think those players are a little bit crazy? Yeah, I do. Do I agree with those players? No, I don't. But guess what? I'm not a player, so I can't control how the players feel. I'm just letting you know how they feel. So that's just interesting to see. And I'm excited to see the Buckeyes do it. And I fully expect us, have a fast-paced offense and probably push the ball down the field, knowing what Michigan usually likes to stop, which is the run first.
Yeah. Yeah, but before I respond to that, couple quick things I want to update people, man. In the chat is the link to go vote for Jeremiah Smith for the Blitnikoff Award. I posted on my X account all the time. Hit the link right now and go vote for him, man. He should easily win the award. He's the best wide receiver in the country. That's really not up for debate. If he doesn't win, it's going to be a sad day, which I'm not going to be sad about. I don't really care. He doesn't either, but everybody knows he's the best quarterback in the nation. And also, quick update for Hate Week Banner Live. Got 2 more names to add to the list on the Buckeye fam. We got Kenyatta Jackson Sr. going to be joining us right at 7 o'clock. And you guys are going to love this one, man. We have a Buckeye. I put him in the national perspective, but Brett Getz, the founder of SFE, the Ohio State Wide Receiver Pipeline, is going to be on the show 9 p.m. He's going to talk about the rivalry game, what he expects to see. So, guys, get ready, man. This Friday show, I'm stoked about it. You see the list. I'll update that list to get it put up on X. But back to this, the offensive stuff. Yeah, the helping technician put out a real good thing on the Scoop board. Guys, go over there to Scoop message board. Sign up for that thing. If you're a huge Buckeye fan like me, it's awesome. And everything he put in that, Funky, is kind of what you said. The screens, the fast pace. When we run the ball, let's not run it up the gut. Let's get to the outside. Their linebackers are not real good at going sideline to sideline. Those are the things we need to utilize. And yeah, it is a little bit tricky, Funky, to ask ourselves, does this coaching staff really think that the best version of this Ohio's team is slow paced, because you would think that if what we really want to do is fast pace, that they would have implemented it a little bit more in the regular season to have some live game reps doing it. We did see it in the Wisconsin game. That's the thing that's giving me hope here. We saw it, and we saw the result of that. It worked flawlessly. It was Julian's best game as a Buckeye this year as far as the passing yards and touchdowns and the whole 9 yards. So he implemented it there. And I do have confidence that, hey, with as good as these wide receivers are, with as good as Julian's saying is, the coaches thought, hey, there's no need for live game reps, man. I don't want to put this stuff on film for these teams to get down, to study it, to understand how to shut us down. I don't think that's the case, but they didn't get a lot of experience doing it during the regular season is my only little holdup there. But yeah, Wink Martindale is going to be trying to pressure the crap out of Julian, saying that's the only hope that their defense has to affect this Ohio State's offense. That's it. Their secondary is trash. They don't stand a lick of a chance at stopping this wide receiver and our tight ends. Their defensive line, nowhere near where it was last year. They have a couple good defensive ends, but the middle is not like it was last year. I'm going to go over a couple defensive stats comparing both sides. This might get a little, just bear with me. The Ohio State third down defense is ranked number 4 in the nation. Scums is ranked number 44. When you go to first down defense, we're number 2. They're number 27. Their pass defense is ranked 52 in the nation. They've given up 209 yards per game. We're number 1. We've only given up 126. Our red zone defense, number 1. Their red zone defense, number 52. Our rushing defense, number 2, giving up 80 yards per game. Theirs is number 12, giving up 94 yards per game. Sacks allowed, we're number 3. We've averaged less than a half a sack per game. They are number 44. They're averaging giving up 1.5 sacks per game. Tackles for loss, we're number 4. They're number 14. Total defense, we're number 1. And they're number 17, Funky. So, and you might, when you look at these stats, what I find interesting about it, Funky, is people will say, well, the Buckeyes haven't played a hard schedule. Well, has Scum played a hard schedule? Who have they played? They played Oklahoma. We played Texas. They played USC. We played Washington. So they have played some cupcakes and not looked very good in those cupcake games, having to beat Northwestern with a last-second field goal. I mean, in this Maryland game that they played last was the best they look, but still I watch 10 dropped passes from the Maryland wide receivers. The Purdue game, there's several games. So when I look at these stats and I see how much better this Buckeye defense is than their defense, it's not because we have played cupcakes and they have played a really hard schedule. Funky, what you got on that?
The whole thing about Buckeyes playing an easy schedule is such a joke. Because if you just do the math on it, okay, let's just everyone use our heads right here. If you play 9 conference games, your conference opponents are going to have more losses on average. On average, they're going to have 1 more loss than teams that only play 8 conference games. Also, if you add on top of that, hey, you have 2 teams in your conference that are undefeated. So there's 2 teams in your conference that haven't lost a conference games, which makes, at least 1 or 2 extra losses going throughout the conference. Because, what would happen? So Washington right now is 8-3. They're 8-3. They're not ranked. What would Washington be ranked if they were 9-2 with a win versus Ohio State, and Ohio State was 10-1? Ohio State would still be in the playoffs, very much still a top 7 seed, probably around where Oregon is, 5, 6, or 7. I don't want to say that other word. But then if you look at Washington, what would they be? They'd be, probably Michigan would be a little higher because I'd look a little better win on their part, and Washington would be right behind Michigan. So you probably, 14th win. So the only reason why that Washington win isn't considered good is because we beat them. Does that make any sense? No. So it's like, imagine if Georgia went undefeated, so they gave Alabama another loss. Is that does Bama all of a sudden a bad team because they gave up another 4 points to Georgia, and instead of having 2 losses, they have 3 losses? No, it's just not how things work. So the fact that the SEC has a bunch of teams that are 10-2 really helps out with their rankings because that means they're really evenly distributing the losses more, which makes more ranked opponents, which makes it, obviously easier to rank them high if a lot of teams have 2 losses because like, oh, they're all good. Or maybe they're all just kind of average, kind of mid. It just, that's how kind of it's worked itself out. And it's like, so like those lost wins things always didn't make any sense because preseason we all looked at Ohio State's schedule and we're like, wow, they have a really tough schedule, really
Yeah.
tough schedule. I mean, at Washington, at Illinois, at Michigan, versus Penn State, versus Texas. I mean, those are 5 right there, 5 very losable games. Looking at it preseason, 5 games that if you would have told me we would have been 11-0 right now, I would have said, I don't think so. I'd be happy if we had, we're 9-2 right now, going into Michigan 9-2. I was like, I maybe would have taken that preseason. I can't even lie to you, Devin. If that button was on the the deal or no deal button, I might have pressed deal, and clearly I would have been wrong. But I just think it's very interesting looking at schedules stuff. And Scum has played, I mean, as easy as a schedule as you could possibly get. I mean, they played a lot of their harder games at home. Then they play at Oklahoma, who they got smacked by. Then at USC, who's mid in my opinion. I don't think USC is very good, but I think the fact that they go at USC makes that a little bit of a rough game. I think USC is going to be much, much better next year, which just, of course, is when we have to go into the Coliseum, which I'm excited about because I'll be there. But it just stuff like that. And who has Michigan played? Like, who have they beaten? Their best wins at home versus Washington. Is that their best win? We're 7-7 going into the fourth quarter with Washington had the ball. It's like at Michigan State, their best win. Like, I'm being real. Are those their best wins? And it's just like they haven't played anybody. They're lucky Maryland was the most poorly coached football team on planet Earth, or else that game could have got out of hand quickly with a touchdown, then a pick six, then they kicked an onside kick and didn't get it. So a lot of things didn't go Maryland's way early on that game, or else that could have been a way tougher game than it was because Maryland's just poorly coached. That coach needs to go badly. Just undisciplined, bad football. You won't be able to upset many teams playing like that. So I'm excited to see what the Buckeyes do this weekend because as much crap they want to talk about our schedule, the only reason why their schedule is ranked harder than us is because we haven't lost the game yet. And when you go undefeated, guess what? Your strength of schedule is not going to be that hard because every other team you play has an extra loss. If you lose some games, all of a sudden your schedule looks a little bit harder because you give those wins elsewhere.
If Scum beat USC, would that be how would people be looking at USC right now?
They're trash. They're trash. They'd be unranked. Yeah. But seriously, that's what it would be. Yeah.
It's you literally see it right there. I mean, if you don't understand that as a college football fan, I don't really know what else to tell you. But yeah, defensively, man, this Buckeyes defense, I don't see what they have on offense to exploit this Buckeyes defense. I mean, the Buckeyes just need to play how they've been playing with Matt Patricia. I mean, Bryce Underwood, freshman quarterback, going up against a 3-time Super Bowl winning NFL defensive coordinator who has the #1 defense in the country. Bryce Underwood has gotten better throughout the year. People keep talking about how he can kill teams with his legs. I've watched a couple games. I don't know that I agree with he can kill teams with his legs. I haven't really seen that so much. I've seen him run up some gaping holes. I haven't seen him make a bunch of people miss. But I'm not trying to negate Bryce Underwood as a good quarterback. But let me introduce you to Arvell Reese and Caleb Downs. You're done, bud. The legs aren't going to do nothing. And your big-time rocket throws across the middle that sail and the Maryland safety hits him right in the face mask and he drops it. That ain't happening with these Buckeyes. In this run defense up the middle, Edric Houston, Tywan Malone, K-Mac, Will Smith Jr., they have been playing lights out. Caden Curry, Kenyatta Jackson, they have been playing lights out. So this rushing attack thing that they do where they keep pounding you, so in the third or fourth quarter they can break a long run, I don't see that happening. Even if they do, it's going to be too late because these Buckeyes are going to be coming out fast. And them defensively, they don't have the horses in the middle, man. They just don't. And Ryan Day learned a very hard lesson last year. That lesson is going to change his offensive game plan this game. You have the #1 and #2 wide receiver in the nation with a freshman running back in Bo Jackson and Isaiah West, James People all coming on. This offensive line coming together as well. People want to judge the offensive line based off the last 3 games. Well, when you don't have Carnell and Jeremiah, it changes how the defense plays schematically. So it's going to be way different, man. They're not going to be loading the box in this game. If they do, it's over with for them. So that's the defensive side of the ball. When you look at, okay, these offenses, how should the Buckeyes attack this Michigan defense offensively? Well, I think we had a team already do that for us. USC put up 265 passing yards, 224 rushing yards. And what does USC have that's pretty similar to the Buckeyes? Pretty good wide receivers and a decent quarterback. And what happened? They ended up rushing for 224 yards against this defense. So offensively, man, our third down offense is number 2 in the nation. We convert third downs 56% of the time. Theirs is number 17 at 48%. Our completion percentage is number 1. Theirs is number 78. They're at 61% completion percentage. Our first down offense, number 20, theirs is 59. Our pass offense is number 26, 270 yards per game. Theirs is number 99 at 196 yards per game. Our red zone offense is 31. Their red zone offense is ranked 107th in the nation. Not very good. This is where they have us. Rushing offense, we average 170 yards per game. They average 223 yards per game. And total offense, we're number 25. They're number 38. We average 440 yards per game. They average 420. Guys, when you look at the offensive stats, ask yourself as an Ohio State fan, has Ryan Day been operating like Cignetti operates at Indiana, trying to blow teams out, going really fast, trying to score a bunch of points? No, he's done the exact opposite. So our offensive stats right here, still all better than Scum's. We're playing 61 plays per game. Okay. I mean, in the Washington game, we got 3 possessions in the first half. So it's a little bit different. And offensively, we know their attack. I mean, it's not any different. Watch out for the tight end leaks on short downs. That's what they go after. That's what they do. And the rushing attack, man, they're just going to keep rushing. That's what they do. That's what they're built. They got Andrew Marsh, who is a very good wide receiver. I will give him that. Their other one, the big Indiana transfer, has been awful inconsistent this year. We have the best secondary in the nation, man. A red shirt freshman quarterback going up against this secondary, going up against Caleb Downs alone and Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles. I mean, listen, some people might say, hey, throw this stuff all out the window because it's a rivalry game. No, that's not how that works. You don't throw it all out the window. It doesn't all go out the window. They still match up on the field. Their corner still has to cover Jeremiah Smith. Not every play is, oh my gosh, is Jeremiah Smith emotionally not ready for their corner? No, you don't throw it all out the window. But I do understand why some people would have some reservations with this conversation, hence last year. But last year should also start giving you a little bit of reassurance because we learned an awful hard lesson. Is Ryan Day really going to go out and do the same thing again? Absolutely not. It's not going to happen. Funky, what you got?
I just think the notion of rivalry games in the year 2025 is being way overblown, Devin, in my personal opinion. It's like, what's more important to these players? Or sorry, I've already answered that question for myself, but when are you saying you're going to play harder in a rivalry game than you are the national championship game? No. Are you going to play harder versus Michigan than you are versus Texas? No. Are you going to play harder versus Michigan than you did at Washington? At Illinois? Oh, no. Versus Penn State? No. So, like, the fact that you got to play the game any different is just kind of a foreign topic. And the game used to just have absurd amount of weight because it used to feel like the national title or sometimes even bigger than the national title because you had to win this game to make it to the national title. So sometimes I feel like players got way in over their head. But now every player in this team has either never lost to Michigan or has lost to Michigan and won a national title. So there's that. So when you're going to this game, they want to win badly. But as Caleb Downs said, we're not going to play any harder. We're not playing any differently. That's actually what we try to avoid. We got to try to avoid this rivalry antics. We got to play our game. And that's what Ryan Day is preaching them. Just play your game. Screw them. They're not a good football team. I don't need any result on the field to tell me that Michigan's not a good football team. And we're a step above as a football team, as a college football program, the whole thing. We're a step above. We don't need any results on the field to show us that. You can look at the stats last 25 years, since really since Jim Tressel, which is at this point, yeah, I mean, almost 30 years ago. So I think that's a pretty solid time frame to use. We're a clear step above program. We've got to act like it. We got to stop playing down to their level. We got to go out here and play our game of offense, our game plan and defense. And guess what? If weird stuff happens and we lose, but we gave it our best effort, like our best shot, and we played our game, we pitched our fastball, as Nevada likes to say, then so be it. So be it. Because weird stuff happens. But I tend to believe that weird stuff doesn't constantly happen. The odds don't always go in the favor of weird stuff. I was watching the Josh Pate show today. Good show. Recommend it for sure. Smart guy. FanDuel told him you would have bet $100 on the closing lines on every single Ohio State Michigan game. And you bet it on Michigan starting during their winning streak. You'd have $25,000 right now. And he said, and if you put all 25K on Michigan to win this week, you'd have $85,000. So I'm no Vegas man. I'm no better. None of that stuff. But I know something. If Vegas is really giving you an opportunity, to bet $100 and win $80,000, those odds aren't good. Those are not good odds. So we could not believe the odds. We could continue to have outliers. That could very well happen. But I know, trust me, from watching other people, that hot streaks end. And what happened in the past doesn't affect what happens in the future. What's that odds? Whatever. I don't know. That's some econ term that I learned in senior year. But whatever, your odds don't actually change. Like the fact that you flipped whatever. This is a new game with new odds, and we're the way better team, and the odds are in our favor. So if you want to test the odds again, then be my guest. But I'm not.
What is it?
I think they're plus 320. Michigan's plus 320 and plus 10 on the money line, which is a gigantic spread.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
No, seriously.
Is that what the saying is?
Like, exactly. Like, you could flip a coin 10 times, and just because you flipped it 9 times in a row and it landed on heads doesn't mean the odds change at all that it's going to be heads or tails the next time.
Correct.
So, yeah. But this time we have to flip it 4 times and just pray that it hits our thing once.
Hey, Funky, this is a college football YouTube show, man. You're trying to teach people economics right now, and we just lost 100 viewers.
My bad. You're totally right. You're totally right. I'll keep my econ 1. I'll keep my my pre-econ major degree to myself. my whatever. I'm not even a degree yet. Dang.
All you got to do is just keep stacking them dollar bills. That's what I know about economy, man. Just keep stacking them. Keep stacking them. But yeah, man. Hey, I'm super stoked. Like I said, a lot of confidence going into this thing. Let me give you guys, Funky, do you have any intel on who's going to be the officiating crew for this game? Is it?
I've not looked into it at all. No, it's going to be Big Ten. It's going to be Big Ten refs for sure.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I said that. Yeah. Big Ten refs. Yeah. I'd be curious there. Well, let me give you guys some little insight here, okay? They are going to play dirty. Okay, they are going to do dirty things. They've untied our players' shoes. They take dirty, cheap shots. That's what's happening. That's who they are. That's the scum man way. They always say, I'm not going to say it, but, they say scum man, but put their word in front of it. That's their way. That's what they do. They are going to hold the crap out of our defensive line. It's going to happen. There's going to be crazy calls in this game. We are the Buckeyes. It's going to happen. But Ryan Day preached it last year. It's leave no doubt. And I have a lot of confidence that no doubt will be left in this game. I love that it's in their potty house of a stadium. I love that this year. I think these players are ready. I think Ryan Day learned a lesson last year. And I think with Julian Sayin at the helm this year, cool, calm, collected Julian Sayin, man, I don't see this stuff getting to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the other thing about this is there's so much pressure created in this game. I think a little bit more than normal this year, especially, at least for me. That's my feelings anyway. But look how Julian has always operated. I mean, he came out and beat Texas, his first start ever, didn't turn the ball over, and got the job done. I don't see him getting all up in his head or anything over this game. And I just love the vibe right now. JJ and Carnell playing, the whole team coming together, man. I am beyond ecstatic for this game, Funky.
Kind of a weird
You got
thing
any
that people are
final?
talking about. Yeah, I want one more thing to talk about. What's
Mhm.
Michigan's fans' obsession with the weather, and then also talking about how the weather, like, and then, but they're not just talking about the weather, but they're talking about like the weather, like the jab towards Ohio State fans. Like, you know what we did last year? We won
Yeah.
one of the coldest games ever recorded in the shoe. Whooped the crap out of Tennessee. Whooped the absolute living crap out of them in the freezing cold temperatures. Some of the coldest I've ever been. And I don't get cold usually, Dev. I'm not like a type of kid who like. I mean, you can ask whatever whoever's been around me. It's just like I wear
Yeah.
shorts all the time. I don't even own like pairs. I didn't own a pair of pants till like college for
I'm
God's
trying to
sakes.
remember what you were wearing outside the Natty game when I saw you there. I can't remember
It
though
was
because it was
probably his
cold,
shorts.
bud.
It was probably,
It was
Devin, I could probably
cold.
tell you what it was. It was probably his shorts and a jacket. It was probably his shorts and my number 2 Ohio State shirt that I always wear. But honestly, my dad
Yeah.
probably made me put on a jacket. He's probably like, whatever, put on a jacket, blah, blah, blah. You know you're getting cold. And I did it probably
Yeah.
make him happy, maybe. But you rarely you see me without shorts and my number 2. Uh, who was number 2? I'm not sure who that was. I got it a while ago. I was like really young. But
Well, I know
besides
who
the
it is
point,
now.
yeah, I know who it is now, but I forget who it was back then. But it was someone. That's bad of me not to know. Was it Braxton Miller? No, it wasn't. It was someone. But what? Besides the point, this obsession with the weather is just like pretty ridiculous. I'm just like, who cares? Like Ohio State could win in whatever weather. Like I feel like the snow could play in our favor, the rain could play in our favor. We have a better team, better offensive line. At this point, better running backs, better tight ends, better wide receivers, better run blockers, better pass blockers, better head coach, better offensive play caller, better defensive play caller. So we can play whatever weather. The only thing that they have to advantage that it's in Ann Arbor. But Ann Arbor is notoriously not that loud. It's just not. And I
Yeah.
really, genuinely, I had a real discussion about this with a buddy, and I was like, a part of me's happy this is in Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor. A part of me's happy. Like the players, you can't sleepwalk in Ann Arbor. I'll tell you that. That's the one thing. You're
No.
not going to be caught sleepwalking there. You're going to be
Yeah.
wide awake, ready to go, as fired up as you ever possibly can be. And yes, if you wake up in the shoe in front of 100,000 fans that are cheering for you, yes, you can get a little sleepy if you're 3 touchdown favorites. Doesn't matter who it is. You can get a little sleepy. On the road versus Michigan, heck no, you're not going to be sleepy. You're going to be ready to go. And it doesn't get that loud. It wasn't Olave. It was way before that. This is old.
Terrell
Um,
Pryor.
it was Shaw Pryor. That's what it is. I knew it was a quarterback. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Shaw Pryor. God, that's what I think I said someone else. But yeah, it was Pryor. I wore my Pryor jersey, which it's funny. Funny story behind that. I had it signed by, or sorry, my oldest sibling had it signed by the entire team, the entire Ohio State team. And you know what
Oh
I did?
dang,
I I took a Sharpie
bro.
and I signed it with my own name like a million times when I was little, thinking it was like creating more value. Yeah.
Oh my
So
God,
now there's no more
Funky.
signatures on it. That's a sensitive topic with my older siblings. But I was little, and my second older. I have a big family. My old second older brother did the same thing. We did it together, but he did it with a helmet, like a helmet signed by an entire team. So as you can
Oh
tell,
my
pops,
goodness,
pops,
dude.
mom, not happy, not happy.
No
But
way, bro.
as you could tell, the Ohio State gear is not limited at our household though, so they got over it.
No.
They're
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I bet they did, man. Bro, I just get, I mean, to me, this weather thing, it's obvious to me why they keep trying to shove it in our face because they know they're screwed. They know that if Ohio State can come in and pass the ball freely, they don't stand a chance. I mean, it's very obvious to me why they're trying to shove this in our face, dude. But I got to bring this up, man. I just cannot get over this that this fan base, right? Their fan base is so obsessed with Bryce Underwood, right? So obsessed with him. All preseason talking about him, and then about midway through the season, you saw about half of them start trashing him, and then you start Then you saw some of them start trashing the coaching staff for not utilizing them, not turning them loose. And they're like, man, Bryce ain't it. Like, I've literally seen and saw that happen. And yes, I know Ohio State fans do the same thing sometimes. But my point is that this is the same dude that on essentially national television absolutely clowned your school when it came to quarterback development. I mean, clowned it. I have played the clip on here so many times, and I just wonder, Funky, I want you to be honest with me. If there was a clip of Julian saying, somebody asked him, hey, tell me, why did you choose LSU over Ohio State? And he says, well, the quarterback development. When you look at LSU, they got yada, 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 yada. When you look at Ohio State, and then everybody on set starts laughing, and he says, exactly. How would you feel about Julian saying right now? Maybe your answer is I could care less. He's balling out. He's winning the game. But I don't know, man. Tell me how you would feel.
I'm personally like, one player doesn't make the program. So unironically, I wouldn't support him. I wouldn't want him on our team. I don't like players like that. Like, but that's why I enjoy. But I'm totally good with players that chose other places over us. Go ask Julian. Hey, why did you choose Bama over Ohio State? Yeah, Nick Saban. Fair enough. You know what? Maybe I would too. Caleb Downs. Why did you choose? Nick Saban, defensive back development at Bama is unmatched with him. He's one of the best defensive minds of the game. Fair enough. Totally good. But when it's a true insult towards the program, then just, no, that's disrespectful. One player is not bigger than the program. So I wouldn't let that stuff slide. And that's what I was talking about, the Carnell Tate stuff. That's fully untrue. Fully untrue. But if he really wants to step away from the team, which is fully untrue, total BS, you know what Ryan Day would have done? Probably let him go. Let him go. Go work out in the Woody, but not really be seen around the team as much. Just get ready for the NFL draft. That's what he would do, because he doesn't want that stuff around the program, because one player isn't bigger than the program. So I would never want a player like that around the program. So I'm thankful that we have such a good group of guys that'll be ready to play on Saturday.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? That's who they are. That's who those fans are, man. That they talk all this crap, say all these things, and they root for a quarterback that absolutely trashed you, that is in your home state, that you had to go out and pay record-breaking numbers to get into your program. And you're going to the whole situation is just absolutely hilarious to me, and it's just so funny. Every time they try to insult us about anything and say their little things, yes, I know they beat us on the field. That stuff doesn't get to me anymore. All I do is just have flashbacks of Bryce absolutely clowning scum. Like, when I see him on the field celebrating with his teammates and stuff and the coaches, I'm like, dang, man, how did these guys do that? This dude was clowning y'all to death, and you had to go out and pay him $13 million just to come here. I don't know, man. It's just a weird, scummy behavior, and it makes perfect sense. But I just wanted to bring that up. I don't know if y'all feel the same, but it's pretty wild, man. But Funky, you got any final thoughts, man? You guys stay tuned. You might be wondering, there's no way Scoop is going to go live on Thanksgiving. No way. Well, there is a way, because it's freaking happening, man.
Of course,
me
it's
and Nevada
happening.
are going to go. Yeah, me and Nevada, we going live tomorrow, dude. It is hate week. We are stoked. We're jacked. We're going to come on here, trash talk Michigan. Dang it, I said it. Trash talk them, because they deserve it. That's what they deserve. And these Buckeyes are going to finish it out on the field on Saturday, put them in their place where they should have been a long time ago. Funky, any final thoughts?
Yeah, well, happy Thanksgiving to the Scoop family. Very, very thankful for you guys all. Thankful for you, Dev. Thankful for B. Moses, and obviously Nevada as well. So I won't be on tomorrow, but I will be on, the 4-hour live show with you on Friday, Devin. I'll send you when I'm going to be on. But whenever works for you, we'll text. But yeah, I'll be on Friday. And then, so I'll be there, and I'll give my final words on the game and a score prediction as we get closer. And as we could pray to God that it's not bad weather, Devin. Just pray. I'm praying that the weather is perfect and sunny because our soft players can't play in the cold. 'Cause we never won a big playoff game in the cold before, so that's what I'm be praying for. And let's hope I'm going to be pretty pleased. I'm thankful for warm weather as a soft Cali boy myself. I know that they just can't play in the cold. But I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm just going too far now.
No, you're not, man. I absolutely love it. But yeah, guys, Friday, I'm telling you right now, I'm putting this up again. Let you guys know that Funky, B. Moses, and Nevada, all three of them, will be coming on with their own trivia question about this rivalry. Okay. And the winner is going to get Venmoed $50. So you're going to at least have three opportunities. I might throw four in there. I don't know what happened to Funky. He just left. Not sure what happened there, but he bolted out. But that's all right. Let's see if he comes back on to say bye. But he was done talking anyway. So we'll see if he comes back on. But yeah, guys, I just posted on my Twitter the updated list on X, whatever you want to call it. Can you guys do me a favor? Go over there real fast on the Buckeye Boys X account and repost that thing, man. Get it out there. Let me just read this list for you again. You got Nevada, Funky B. Moses, Ohio's Tate from Barstool, Brady Edmonds, Daniel Sanchez, Duke Pettyjohn, Kenyatta Jackson Sr., trying to get Eli Johnson, the new safety commit to the Buckeyes, on as well. Also, Justin Spiro is going to be coming on at 8 p.m. Intrinsic Sports Talk with Jay, Dalton Wasserman, Brett Getz with SFE, and Maze Madman and college football with Sam will be on as well. Help me get the word out there, guys, and make sure you guys are there for that. I know you got a lot of things to do on Friday, but the show's from 7 to 10. So do me a favor, hop on there, man. We'll also be donating all the proceeds, all the super chats from that show somewhere. Haven't figured that out yet. But I'll think of something. I'll let you guys know where the proceeds of that show are going to go. But thank you guys so much, man. It's a huge week to be a Buckeye. Get stoked, man. We won the national title this year. We are on a roll this year. And tomorrow's or Saturday's game, dude, I don't know with you guys, but it's been a minute since I've felt this way about this game. I'm glad I do. It's a very important game to me. I don't compare it to the national title. If I had to choose, I would rather have a national title, but I don't want to choose. I want both. Both are as equally as important to me, and I want this thing, man. We need to beat them. We're going to beat them in their own house. We're going to shut these guys up, man. So appreciate you guys for joining. God bless y'all. Love you guys. Go Buckeyes. OH.